Alright everyone, today Monkey Knowledge is off, don't worry, and we're going to be looking at the Odyssey, because Odysseys are relatively new to this game, and I figured I'd give you like small tips and tricks to help you better play, or play better. We're going to restart, because I have already selected my monkeys, but I haven't actually played any levels, so I'm going to go through how I analyze everything and how I choose my monkeys. So the first thing you need to do is look at the maps. So Cubism, medium on standard, hard magic monkeys only, hard magic monkeys only, hard magic monkeys only, hard magic monkeys only. So not only, well, admittedly this is a bad Odyssey to examine, because why would you pick anything other than magic monkeys if they're literally only going to be useful on the first level, which is Cubism, which is a very easy map, and you only have to get to 60. So definitely choose magic monkeys only, otherwise you're going to be down a couple monkeys in the later 4 rounds for no reason. So normally you'd have to look at all of the different game modes and all the different difficulties and whatever wave you need to get to, because it is quite imperative to know exactly what you're doing in that standpoint. But for this game mode, it just seems that magic monkeys are the thing, and you only have to get to 90 as a maximum, so we should be quite fine just picking magic monkeys, really. So just hit play. I think this was my setup from before, so I think I'm going to stick with it, and I don't play with powers. I just don't find them enjoyable. They're not something I would find fun doing. So this is going to be a long video, but I'll give you my basic strategy on how to get through all these levels, in case any of you are wondering. I always have auto start on, even on chimps. I always have auto start on, because the way my strategy works, or at least the strategy that I use, I'm not calling it mine, but I have been using it on pretty much every map where you have free reign over your towers. Pretty much the way it works is that it sets you up for quite a few rounds of going AFK, and having auto start on just makes things a lot easier. So yeah, the first thing that I always do is, if I'm doing this strategy, I usually like to play either Oban or Gwen, but since it's magic monkeys only, I'm definitely going Oban, because I've got no other options really that buff magic towers specifically. So if you look at Oban, I think, where is it? That's Druid of the Wrath buff. I know it's here somewhere. Something about magic monkeys specifically. Yeah, all magic monkeys in range get +5 range and 2 pierce, and druids get a little bit extra, but I don't care enough about druids in this game mode. I like druids when I have unlimited amounts of them. So I like to start off with my main man Zero, my ninja, because if you get a ninja and an alchemist in the early games, you can usually get them to an appropriate level before round 40. They can solo a Moab, well, so long as it's not double HP Moabs, and they can solo until like 60, 61 even. They are literally insane. You do have to have really good placement, and it doesn't work on some of the more straight line maps like Ouch, like #Ouch chimps or something like that. But for the majority of the maps, especially the ones that loop back on themselves like Cubism, this strategy is going to do you wonders. I think the only challenge that I sadly have yet to do, like, admittedly I do have quite a few achievements I still need to get, and I plan on 100%ing this game if I can, but the only challenge I haven't been able to do is 2 tower chimps. I've never been able to do that. Like, I'm not very good at doing what is known as micro, which is like changing the attack priority of 50,000 monkeys so that they attack exactly what I want when I want them to, rather than just kind of doing their own thing idly. not that great at doing that, so I often don't. And if there's a strategy that I can do where there is no micro, I will find it. So, still working on that for 2 tower chimps. But other than that, I've done the 2 Mega Pops challenge recently. Like, very recently. I think it was one of my latest ones that I've actually done. But I managed to pull that off with the Spectre. Not the Spectre. Sky Shredder, that's it. So yes, if you want me to make a sort of tutorial on that, I can, but don't expect me to be able to give you like 400 different types of combinations of single towers you can use to get 2 million pops, because I have no idea half the time. Anyway, once you've placed your lovely ninja, you're going to want to place an alchemist so that it doesn't touch Oben with its alchemy goodness. I mainly do this just to guarantee that my ninja can pop leads, because if your alchemist continuously buffs Oben and you get the RNG wrong repeatedly, you won't be able to pop camo leads or just leads in general with your ninja, which admittedly Oben can pop them by himself, but camo leads can get right through your defenses if your alchemist is that trolly. So it's very nice just to put him outside of the range of Oben. By the way, if you're wondering, alchemist is one of the best towers, and ninja can already see camo. So if you buff a ninja with an alchemist that has at least acidic mixture dip, allows them to pop lead balloons and do extra damage to ceramic and Moab class balloons, wears off quickly, if he's the only one getting buffed by it, it really doesn't wear off quickly, because it just gets reapplied almost instantly. So, we're pretty much making a consistently buffed ninja, which is exactly what we want. But yes, at this point in time, you're literally just waiting to get Balloon Jutsu, and then you need Stronger Stimulant after that, because it's a more sensible order to do it like that. I know the prices are technically not in favour of taking that path, but either way, you're going to be getting both of them if you want to do this strategy. Now, I am more confident in my strategies about Bloons Tower Defense 6 than I am about Hearthstone, for example, or about Minecraft. But, you know, still, always take it with a grain of salt. I have a history of thinking plans are great, but then it turns out that they're actually not. So just bear that in mind when you're doing this. Okay, Stronger Stimulant, and this combination right here will last you for quite a few rounds. You don't need to get the Caltrops because they're pretty useless on their own. You don't need to get Acidic Pool and Faster Throwing or whatever it is, because that is only really useful if you have multiple towers getting buffed by the one Alchemist. So, good thing to do next is usually go for a 5th tier. It is quite extreme to just let your ninja handle all of this. So, going for a 5th tier right now is probably one of the times when you are the least vulnerable, is when your ninja is currently carrying for you. So as you can see, round 38, 37, no problem whatsoever. Ninja and Alchemist, badass combo, can just handle everything. Anything and everything. It's honestly, like, Ever since BTD5, ninjas have been dope as. And that has not changed. Happy to see that. Although, admittedly, the addition of the alchemist has made every single tower much more goated. Right, so you see this Moab? Almost destroyed entirely by the ninja. My dark magician only got 127 hits off. That's it. Honestly, it's insane how good the ninja is in this game. Especially early game. Especially early game. Admittedly, late game ninja isn't that great. But if you get Grandmaster Ninja or Master Bomber, it can be great DPS, or the middle path is pretty much just support. So it's up to you really, but I personally love starting off with this strategy, if I can. The only times where I can't is if towers are limited and one of these guys doesn't exist, or in half cash. Half cash makes it really difficult to pull this off before 40. Actually, it has been a while since I've played half cash mode. That's like the one game mode I hate playing. Chimps, perfectly fine. It just means I can't make any more cash than I already do. But half cash, it's like tempting me. It's poking me with the stick of, hey, you can place banana farms, you know, and I'm just like, yes, I know, but it might be the death of me. So I'm very precarious about half cash mode. But yeah, pretty much from this point onwards, you're just flying through the rounds. And admittedly, we're only going to 60, so it's difficult to show off how great Ninja actually is. But I think you can get at least a little bit of a sense of it from this. So, basically the reason why I chose Ninja instead of any other tower to go with the Alchemist is because ninjas alone can already see camo, and they throw shurikens, which means they can pop purple balloons. And if you didn't know, purple balloons are strong against magic. So if you're firing any sort of energy beam or plasma thing, or wizard monkey blasts at a purple balloon, it's not going to pop. But a ninja throws sharpened pointies, and sharpened pointies work very well against purple balloons. So, automatically from the start, ninjas can pop camos and purples. The only thing they can't pop very well is leads, but that's why we have our good old friend Seamus over here. Seamus makes it so that he can pop leads, and now he's pretty much just a tank. Alright. Honestly, this is all you really need to beat up to a wave 60. I don't think anything could go wrong with this plan. Whew. Don't hold me to that too. Terms and conditions apply. See in store for details. But yes, this is how to beat the first wave, or first level of the Odyssey. Do not fall for the trick of not picking magic monkeys only. Honestly, the amount of people that'll just look at the first level and be like, alright, so I need everything's normal on the first level, I'll just pick normal things. And then they find out in the second level that they have to pick magic monkeys only. And then for the rest of the Odyssey as well. I've had a friend do that. Me and him were chatting last night. He said, I just started the Odyssey. I'm on the second level, and half my monkeys are gone. And I was just like, oh, maybe it was type of game mode. Maybe it was like military monkeys only or something. It's like, no, it must be magic monkeys only. I was like, oh, okay. Because I hadn't looked at the Odyssey just yet. This was last night, and then I did look at it afterwards, and I was just like, you do realise that all of the other maps are magic monkeys only, right? Oh, he hated himself, but he hit the reset button. Like, I can't, you can't, unless you really want to like push yourself to force a certain strategy, you have really no reason to pick any other towers besides magic monkeys. Although I would like to see that. if that was a thing. Someone picks like 400 military monkeys and then like 2 magic monkeys and then tries to survive. Bet it would be possible. It's just like 2 towered chimps. It's definitely possible. I just can't do it. So yes, this is where our ninja comes in handy. He's the only one at this point that I think can pop leads and camos. Maybe our Dark Magician can? I'm not too sure when. I don't know if it's Arcane Spike or Archmage that can pop leads. It's one of the two though. But yes, that's the end of the first part of the Odyssey. So we've completed Cubism, we're on to Hedge. Okay, as much as I would have loved to have placed the Dark Magician in the dead smack middle of the map, the Wizard Monkey can't actually fit anywhere in the middle where it's ideal. So like, he literally cannot fit in this gap here until you get all the way to the bottom where there's a bit more of an opening. But then if you place him here, his range is pretty pathetic. Even when it's upgraded, like it only reaches out to like here or something. So, placed him at the start. I might place another one at the end. Depends how I'm feeling. Depends how these waves go. But once again, this strategy is carrying. So here is a fine example of magic monkeys being completely useless against purple blooms. Luckily though, we have our alchemist buff ninja. And he does all the work. All the work that everybody else can't do. Luckily though, we're not solely reliant on him, except for like the first 40 or 50 rounds. He's pretty much doing all the work up until then. But then after that point, he can retire early, get a good night's rest, and then we can just kind of rest the entire last half of the game on the shoulders of every other monkey that we've placed. Alright, here is the moment of truth. Round 63 is always a pain. So, this is why I also use Oban, because his Wall of Trees is usually ready, willing, and able to do that. And you can replace it, get extra money from it. It'll pop again from the second wave. And then you can just buy Archmage. And just outright obliterate the last wave. Just like that. Alright, so now that we're past wave 60, this is new area, so to speak. The last thing that I really want to do is a Super Monkey. It's the reason why I've only put one of them in. It's because, usually, Super Monkey on his own can pretty much tank anything. So, in this case, we will be going for a... Ooh. You know what, we'll go for an interesting Super Monkey, one that I don't often use. We'll go for the top path and the bottom path, but for the top path we'll go full, and the bottom path will go 2. Usually, if I'm including the bottom path at all, it means I'm going for Dark Knight, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling it this time. I feel like, although, if anything's gonna get past this group, it's not gonna be camo leads or something of the such. So I think I will just go for super and epic range. Honestly. So the reason I changed my mind about that is because the bottom path was for so I could get camo detection on him. Because I don't have a village to give him camo detection, although I could just place a magic monkey to do the whole shimmer thing, but I think my Archmage is actually doing that. Which is weird, because I didn't go full bottom path. Anyway. But yeah, the reason I didn't go bottom path for him is because it would have given him the sight to pop camos, but in all honesty, That's not really needed, because this entire team can pop camo leads now. So, if anything's going to get through, it's not going to be that. Alright, the last 8 rounds, honestly, Archmage can pretty much carry you there. Anything after wave 80 is when this game gets difficult. I'm gonna say that. Now, I'm sure there are challenges out there where every single wave before wave 80 is actually more of a pain, but still, you'd have to like buff the balloon speed to like 500%, the Moab speed to 300, the Moab health to like 500 to actually make a wave before 80 difficult. Or you'd have to heavily restrict upgrades on monkeys. Either way, it takes a lot of effort to make waves before 80 difficult. Just look at that. Another massive group of money. Alright, and honestly, we probably could just wait this out as is, and this super monkey wouldn't get any pops whatsoever. And honestly, I'm looking for a new name for my super monkey, because Bruce Wayne doesn't cut it if you're going top row or middle row. It only really cuts it if you're going for the bottom row, which I hardly ever do anymore. Although technically it did get better. But still. And if you are feeling particularly nervous about if you'll win or not, you can also buff your Archmage, very similarly to how you buffed your Ninja, and that'll just make things even easier. Just make sure you're not trying to buff Oben, because admittedly Oben's good, but not that great when he's buffed. You know, it doesn't make much of a difference. He can already pop leads, whereas something like a Ninja can't. Archmage can, but you know, we're not doing it for that, we're doing it just for the raw power. Alright, 78 is also a notoriously hard level to beat normally. Long bunch of ceramics, then a BFB, then some purple balloons, and then some camo ceramics. So you really have to watch out for that one. It's got me many times before. It's like the second wave 63, but a bit more difficult. But yeah, once you get past those camo ceramics, the only real difficulty is wave 80. If you have the strength to pop a ZOMG, you definitely win the game. Because let's be honest, the hardest levels in this game are actually round 63, round 78, round 99. No, is it round 99? It might not be round 99. I think it's round 98. Whichever one has the fortified DDTs. DDTs are the worst. But yes, this is nothing compared to 78 in all honesty. Alright, and that's how you beat to wave 80 on that map. Let's go Craters. One of the least popular maps, although it is also one of the beginner maps, I'm pretty sure. I think. Don't quote me on that. But yes. Not very popular map, simply because the craters themselves are a pain. So, the balloons go in here, they swirl around for a bit. They still have one more lap to do before the ninja's actually popping them there. But essentially they'll go around one more time, and then they'll come out here, and they'll do the exact same stuff here. And then one more time over here. So, your best friend on this map is going to be your Alchemist and your Wizard Monkey. Wizard Monkey, as we talked about on the last map, once you get the Destruction Mastery, is it? Arcane Mastery, he no longer cares that obstacles exist on the map, so he kinda just ignores them and plays by a different rulebook, which I very much love. But, yeah, so your main defense here should rely around your Arcane Spike or Archmage what are they called? Wizard Monkey. Man, I'm feeling tired right now. I just woke up. I should really not be feeling tired, but I don't know. I had a pretty good dream though. I don't know how many of you guys play Call of Duty, but I had a dream that I was back playing Modern Warfare 3. And I was playing All or Nothing, the best game mode to ever exist in a Call of Duty. To never come back permanently, except in limited time events, which really annoys me. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, so I had a dream I was playing AON on Slums, I think it was called. Hold on, let me just make sure I'm not wrong here. MW3 Slums. Come on, am I right? No, what? Why is it coming up with pictures of... Oh no, I am wrong. Maps. Okay, hold on, I'll find it. Mission? Is it Mission? It might be Mission. It's not Seatown, not Underground, not Village, not Outpost. Not Hard Hat. Hard Hat is fun though. It's not Downturn. That's a terrible map. Yeah, so I think it was Mission. Anyway, I was playing AON on Mission in my dream, and damn, that brought back some memories. Also, fun fact, Oben doesn't care about barriers either, apparently. He just does not care. Although it kind of looks like he does, unless these are literally just out of his range. But, yeah, Oben doesn't seem to give a crap either. But yeah, I had a very lovely dream. I was playing AON on MW3, and not like I was at the PlayStation or the Xbox or the PC or whatever you guys play. And it's not like I was at the console and playing. I was literally in the map mission, throwing knives at people. And I think any other time, if I had not played Modern Warfare 3, I think that would have been the scariest dream of my life. But because I loved playing AON and Modern Warfare 3, I was smiling like some sort of creepy serial killer. Like, honestly, just chucking knives at people, shanking other people right in front of me. You never shoot in AON, that's just disrespectful. But yeah, I was just chucking knives, stabbing people, and I was having a time of my life. And that may sound incredibly messed up, but, you know, just as long as you don't take this clip out of context, we'll be good. We'll be good as gold. So, I plan on placing my alchemist here. Mainly because he doesn't care about barriers, as we've discovered. But, because I'm going to have a wizard right about here, he'll be in range to buff him, as well as the ninja. Now, there are times when you place alchemists and you think, yeah, I just want it to buff this one guy. But, if you do get faster throwing, it is fairly good if you can get it to buff two things rather than one. So when I do recommend buying faster throwing, it's because I want to buff two towers at once rather than just one really quickly. Because it's relatively stable in terms of giving both of them equal amounts of buffs. Admittedly, it could do a lot better, but what are you gonna do? There's not much you can do. So, Alchemist, completely cheating, ignoring the walls. That's what we like to see. Wall hacks, red boxes. Pretty much any sort of cheating in this game is welcome. No. I do love this game though. I'm so glad you guys have voted for it on the Google Forms, because I was really excited to play it. Especially because there's so many custom challenges out there. Like, I do feel like this strategy is quite plain, but the fact that it's in an Odyssey where it's kind of forcing me to use it kind of gives me an excuse to go with it, even though this is sort of my normal strategy. But I do like to just switch things up every now and then, see how different strategies will work. I will sacrifice a chimps game on like round 40 onwards just to see, hey, how good are glue gunners really? You know? Now admittedly, if you asked that question in BTD5, you'd get the answer absolutely trash. But thanks to BTD6 having 3 tiers of upgrades, honestly, glue gunner, not that bad. Not that bad. Anyway, we are just about setting up for 40. We are very close to getting there. And come on, a little bit more money. Just a little bit more. Come on. There it is. Alright. Man, I miss playing on PlayStation 3. Not just because PlayStation Plus wasn't a thing back then, and if you still have a PS3 now, you can play online for free, which is very lovely, I must say. That's the one thing Xbox messed up on. And admittedly, if Xbox did follow PlayStation's sort of path with that, where playing online was free, I don't think we'd have PlayStation Plus or Xbox subscriptions these days, because neither of them would be willing to dare take that step. But sadly Xbox took the step, and so now both consoles have pay to play, so to speak. But yes, it may seem a little unorthodox at first, but we're placing a wizard right there. And once we get Arcane Mastery, even before that, Arcane Blast, I think, enabled this guy to just ignore barriers completely. Arcane Mastery, massive range. So now, they have to swirl around here, versus the Dark Magician, and then they'll have to swirl around here and versus the Dark Magician. So, we get these 2 upgrades so that he throws a bit faster and starts throwing goopy stuff on the track. No innuendos here. Yes, the regular buffs between them is pretty decent. It's decent enough to keep it going rather than just throw the game. Yes, the only problem is, because we've spent that extra money, unless we get really good trees from Open's wall of tentacles with this skin, we probably won't have enough to get Archmage mid-round for round 63, so we will have to just keep that in mind as we're getting close to round 63, that we may or may not have enough defense for it. We'll just keep it in the back of our minds. You don't need to worry about it just yet, but it's still something to look into. Maybe I should have chosen a druid, maybe not, but honestly, druids are pretty good on their own. If you get the tornadoes, pretty nice. Pretty nice. If you get the ball of lightning with it though, oh, even better. But for me personally, druids are pretty much only useful for the bottom row. You gotta love that Avatar of Wrath. Wrath. Alright. Arcane Spike already. Mobs are no longer a problem. Well, I say that. They probably are, but you know, now I've got 2 goated towers rather than just 1. Honestly, it's just smooth sailing from here. Smooth sailing until we get to 63, and then we panic violently, and then it's smooth sailing again until we get to... Yeah, nah, it's just smooth sailing from that point. Archmage can pop pretty much anything and everything that you want, and everything else can be handled by everything else. Which isn't a lot, but still, you get what I mean. Alright, so another tip for if you're playing BTD6, you definitely need to learn what rounds are important in terms of like potential losses. How long you have until a deadly round occurs can be very vital to test whether you should put down 50,000 banana farms in between those rounds or not. So, Some important rounds to keep in mind are 63, 78, 90, 93, 95, and 99? I don't know if 97 has DDTs, but essentially those last few were in the 90s were all about DDTs, which are Moab balloons that are made of metal, so shurikens on their own couldn't pop them. They're also camouflaged, so wizards on their own, like no upgrades, couldn't pop them. And they go extremely fast, so you really have to watch out for that one, unless of course you have Glue Gunner, in which case you just get 5th tier bottom path and you just destroy DDTs with ease. You do have to get rid of their camo somehow though, but oh, that's a terrible position. Yikes. Although maybe we'll just leave it there for 63 then. But anyway, yeah, definitely know your rounds, because in between wave 40 and 50 there are no Moabs whatsoever. Your first Moab will show up on 40, and then the next Moab that'll show up after that is on wave 50, and it'll come with 2 just like that, but they're much more spaced out, so you'll get one Moab, and then like at the end of the round you'll get the other. So if you are looking for any sort of cooldown time where you need to buy I don't know, some sort of money maker like a banana farm or one of those pirate ships that make money at the end of each round, then definitely do it in between waves 40 and 50. If you're confident in your own defense, that you like destroyed the Moab with ease, definitely do it between waves 40 and 50. That's the best cooldown time you'll ever have in this game. Definitely also watch out for 59. That is, to be honest, as far as I'm aware, that is the only wave where camo leads show up. Besides DDTs, camo leads on their own, I think that's the only wave they show up. Either that, or I just don't notice them. But yeah, so do watch out for those, because they can catch you off guard. The amount of times in Bloons Tower Defense 5 where I've just been playing a normal game and then all of a sudden camo leads will show up and I have no money to deal with them. Honestly, it catches a lot of people out by surprise. That's why you'll see a lot of because for those like Twitch streamers or just YouTubers that are starting off on BTD6, like haven't played any other BTD games and they're starting off on the 6th one, and they're just kind of like learning as they play, usually those are the waves that'll get them. The 59 with the camo leads, because they don't really understand how that works just yet, but you know, for those of us who have played BTD6 and BTD5 and even the ones before it, or even the spin-off sort of minigame ones, we know what's up, we know what to prepare for. And honestly, if you get it done early, you don't have to think about it. It's just like homework. Get it done early, so you don't have to really care about it later. Alright, so it turns out we were actually really fine for 63 because of how many times they loop around here. And there we go. We're pretty much set for the rest of the game. So, you know, at this point, we could probably just skip to 80, but maybe I'll just time-lapse it just to show you guys proof that we're perfectly fine throughout the rest of these waves. Alright, so once again, be wary of round 78, and if you have Oban, try your best to try and like get your trees right where the right where all the ceramics will be coming in. Because if you don't have a great enough defense, your trees or your tentacles, whatever skin you wear, will definitely be able to take out a good chunk of those ceramics, if not all of them. Alright, so yeah, this is pretty much another map down. And one thing I did want to mention is you'll notice that my Dark Magician or my Archmage, my Wizard Monkey, isn't actually in range of Oban at all. Neither is my Alchemist. It's honestly not that necessary to play with Open. However, because he does buff magic monkeys, I did think he was appropriate for this Odyssey. Alright. Now we are finally up against the ZOMG. Another easy win for us. Oh, better get Caltrops. So important. It's not. Don't get Caltrops, it's honestly not that good. Alright. Easy enough. Oh, apparently I haven't done that before. So, on to Adora's Temple. Probably one of the more difficult maps in this lot. Now, I don't exactly know how Adora's Temple works, in all honesty. So, okay, so I think... I honestly don't know. What does this mean? What? Is this where they exit? So what, do they go like... What? And then this one goes the opposite way? So they do like a triangle on either side? I don't know how this works. It confuses me a lot. Okay. We can still work with this though. Where should we put Open? Like there? I don't even know. I think here's a good idea. But it makes me think we're gonna leak balloons guaranteed somewhere. So we'll find out just how the path works. Okay, so they come down from here. They turn. That's good. If they went out there, we'd be screwed. Okay, so far so good. My strategy, or at least my thought process, is holding. That they just do sort of triangles and then leave. Same way they came. Maybe. I'm not too sure yet. Open's too good to tell at the moment. But overall, if next round the balloon's still... Ah, I see. Well, these guys seem to be going all the way around, actually. So maybe we can just set up like one defense here. And it'll be good, honestly. I was thinking we might have to set up two defenses, because if they make a small triangle, we'd have to have at least one group this side, one group that side. But in all honesty, it looks like they have to do a full-on square circle, diamond circle, whatever you want to call it. They have to go fully round. So we're going to abuse that fact very heavily. I think on this side we'll have our ninja with Oben and an alchemist. And then on the other side, over here, we will have our wizard monkey and alchemist as a separate combo. Just because if you kind of group everything up in one spot, yeah, it can deal massive damage, but at the same time, if anything does slip through, you've got no backup. Which is not the greatest of things in the world. So you gotta look out for that. Honestly, I'm talking like I'm a BTD6 master. I'm not. I'm just a nerd. Like, I play a little, but I'm not anywhere near like Aliens Rock or IceAb or any of those peeps. ASF Jerome, I think he's alright. I haven't actually watched a lot of his videos, but he's probably better than me at this. So, do not take my advice for like some of the more extreme levels. But yeah, for Odysseys I think we're doing alright, because they won't throw anything insanely difficult out in Odysseys, although they did throw out double HP mobs and half cash mode at one point, which I thought was pretty good. That's pretty tame of them. For those game modes are pretty tame. If they throw out chimps, I don't know if I'd like the Odysseys anymore. Because honestly, I feel like Odysseys, since every player can play them from the get-go, as far as I'm aware. Actually, I haven't tested that. Can a level 1 player play the Odysseys? Or do you have to be a certain level to unlock them? I don't actually know. Because I mean, I was well over 100 before Odysseys came out. so I'm not actually sure if you have to like unlock it or something somehow, but anyway. Yeah, Odysseys seem like a sort of community thing, like the daily challenges. They can't be too insanely difficult. Oh, you get to see how this works. Okay, so they literally do an entire loop. That's great. So these guys will have to come all the way around back to here. This side is going to have to come all the way around back to here. And so essentially every single side is going to have to go past these guys at least once. Which is exactly what we want. We're so evil. But yeah, Odyssey seemed like a sort of family-friendly series of maps, even on hard mode, rather than, you know, every other map is chimps mode. And admittedly there was one Odyssey that was a pain to deal with, because I think it made you do a primary monkeys only map and a military monkeys only map later on, so you had to focus on them to make sure that you had enough for both of those game modes to survive. And then like the last one was like half cash or double Moab's health or something. I was like, damn, you need to chill. These game modes are insane. But yeah, it's quite fun, these Odysseys. I do like when Ninja Kiwi themselves put out interesting game modes. And I was surprised because I don't know what Odyssey it was, but one of the Odysseys finished off the entire thing on #ouch. It wasn't chimps, it was just hard difficulty up till 80, but still, they finished it on #ouch, and I was not the greatest at that map, let me tell you that. That took me a few tries. The only way I managed to do it was by clearing out the water in the middle. Every other strat I tried didn't seem to work with the limited towers that admittedly I chose. But still, it was insane. Alright, so Adora's temple isn't actually as difficult as I was thinking it was, to be honest. I didn't know they had to go all the way around twice. Well, not twice, but if they're not coming from here, they have to go around once. If they are coming from here, they start off here, go through it once, and then they have to come all the way back around, go through it again. That's just cruel. But we have our classic Ninja Alchemist strategy set up. So now we will put our family-friendly Dark Magician down. Do we put him up here maybe? No, we can't. Oh, okay. So yeah, we'll just put our family-friendly Dark Magician down here. I believe he'll still ignore barriers. Yep, good. We put him down here just for a massive range. It's going to help out a lot in terms of making sure that this side doesn't get fully overwhelmed. Alright, first Moab, taken down with relative ease. We like that, we rate that. Okay. We might even consider getting a super monkey, in all honesty. But after you get the Archmage, things are pretty chill, so might not even be necessary. In all honesty, we're probably just gonna chill out until we get Arcane Spike. Then we'll go for the Intense Magic and Camo Seeing abilities. And then... oh, actually, I just realized we're going to 90. Even better. So we get to show off a few more 5th tier towers. That's what we like to see. Alright. That's what we like to see. Also, if you guys have any sort of like, I don't know, suggestions or challenges or questions about BTD6 that you want me to try and answer, leave them below, or send me the links if they are for maps and challenges. I will happily give all of them a go if I can, because admittedly there's not that many of you that will consistently watch like all the videos that I post, and that's fine. I'm not like complaining or anything, but since it's a small enough community, I can actually get to pretty much all of the requests and satisfy the needs of anybody and everybody that is actually watching these. So, if you do have any challenges that you've created, or that you know of, that you'd love to see me struggle and fail at, do let me know, and I will happily give them a shot. And honestly, the same goes with any other game that I play. Hearthstone, Minecraft, even Plants vs Zombies. Like, even though that's technically over, if you guys do have a lot of interesting challenges or ideas for it, I will come back to it. So, honestly, if you have any ideas whatsoever about gameplay, whether it's a game I already play or a game that you want me to play, do let me know, either through the comment section or the Google Forms that I put in the description. It's the easiest way to get in touch with me. Alright, but honestly, we all know how this plays out. Pretty much smooth sailing until around 63, which is where we panic slightly. But besides that, we should be good for quite some time. Alright, our oven should be getting Wall of Trees soon. I know that if you do follow this strategy, or if you're able to place him on the first round, he should get his Wall of Trees. There you go. Around the 50 mark. Around 50 or 54-ish is when he will get to that little juicy level 10, and then boom! Extra bank. Admittedly, that is a terrible position until bigger balloons start coming from here, but oh, it's not horrible. Some balloons are making it through. I would have liked it here, just so that anything that comes out immediately will get sucked up, because if the ninja has enough time to react, it can probably pop whatever's on the way, unless it's something huge. And like even there, that you can see that the ninja's not the greatest when there's not a lot of track nearby for it to work with, but that's why we have the good old Dark Magician at the top there. Cleans up nicely. Alright, let's try and reposition this. That's much better. It's going away from the ninja. That's what we like. Alright, so should be smooth sailing from this point onwards. If it's not, then damn it, we're gonna lose, but I think it is. So we should be fine. Look at that. Ninja and Dark Magician working together. Hey, look at that. You don't need to be Archmage to see or to pop leads. You just need to have Arcane Spike. That is pretty good in my books. Alright. Dark Magician has his work cut out for him, but handles it fairly well. Oh, they did get up to the staircase part. It's a little scary, but you know, the next time they send a BFB, we'll be ready. We'll be ready with an Archmage. Do you guys say Archmage or Archmage? I know some people just think that the H is invisible, but I say Archmage. Don't know why. Archmage sounds more like lightning, zappy, master of the elements sort of thing. So I don't know why I say Archmage. Damn it. Oh. Oh, we got this. We good. Where's that? Okay. You can survive one more wave of that. Oh, maybe a little bit more. Lovely. And then wait for it to pop. We will have to slow it down a bit here. Just to be careful. Okay. I think we're good though. Yeah, easy. And there's our Archmage. Very lovely. Now, we will give him a buff. Just to, you know, build up his build up his courage, build up his self-esteem, you know, make him feel a little bit better about himself. Be good, be nice, kind gesture. And then I think we'll finish it off with our lovely super monkey, because we have yet to be able to place 2 5th tier towers just yet, but now that we're going to 90, we definitely have the time. So, once we finish off this stronger stimulant, look at that, Archmage is just beautiful. See? These guys, absolutely trash. Archmage, boom. Shredded cheese. Not even shredded cheese, shredded balloon. I wonder if there is a type of balloon that can survive being shredded. And by survive, I mean like can be put through a shredder but not pop. That sounds really dumb, doesn't it? Yeah, I'll probably just stop talking. We are into unknown territory once again. So, we are looking to get this Sun God, because it is a massive increase of damage from the simple plasma blasts. Come on. Come on. There. Ooh, it even makes a fun noise, I forgot about that. Look at that damage. That is so much better. Alright, so we will get another alchemist for this guy. May seem like a bit of a waste at the point in time, but you never know. Could be the one thing that saves me. So we'll get that up. And now we will put Shimmer boys on either side. So if you didn't know, Shimmer essentially just any camo balloons in range will become decamified, so that they can't hurt anyone anymore. Nah, they can, but essentially it just makes it easier to pop DDTs, which is what I'm aiming to control, if possible. You'll see what I mean. DDTs are insane. And Wall of Fire is also pretty goated, so it's not too bad to have that along with them. Alright, other than that though, we have 2 ninjas, so we may as well finish off the rest of our monkeys, just to clear them out and for funsies, you know? You can't play BTD6 if you're not in it to have funsies. If you're in it for competitive reasons, go play BTD battles. It'll be much easier for you there, in all honesty. Oh, yes we can. Very lovely. You can also get your ninjas to do the decamoing with counter-espionage, but in all honesty, Seeking Shuriken is just way too good, in my opinion, to be replaced. And who doesn't get the top row, honestly? Top row on ninjas is all of your attacks. Literally, all of your attacks. That's all your this is your DPS row. This is just your specialist row, and this is also another specialist row, but this is DPS. This is raw damage. You do not replace this. Okay, we are just about ready for the DDTs. In fact, there's probably not a lot more that we could do. So if we lose this, I'm going to scrap this entire video. So if you are watching this, that means I win. Right? I hope so. Admittedly, I would be the type of person to also put in my losses. I get obliterated at times and it's just too funny not to show. But I do believe we are ready for this. Alright, 88's not a problem. I don't remember what round 89 is, but hopefully that means it's also not a problem. Round 90 though, that's where things kick off. Very fast, very metal, very camo. Heavy Moab chunkers. But, admittedly, if Oban can see camo, or if they get de-camoed, the tentacles and or trees can deal with 90 pretty much solo. Because, as far as I'm aware, they just send out camo lab regrow balloons, and beyond that is the DDTs, so I'm pretty sure Oban's tentacles and or forests can handle it fairly well. I don't know if it's already full though, so it might be. Alright, easy enough. They did get quite far, but not good enough. Alright, now we're on to the last level of our Odyssey. The event ends in 4 days. Okay, so another round 90. This time though, we can't just place it all in one area. Who am I kidding? Of course we can. So, I do like the idea of placing more towards the back at first. Just because... Oh, actually... See, this map I don't like. This map I do not like because it splits. If it didn't split, I would love it. But it does, so I don't. Alright, we'll start off like this, and hope for the best. Because the reason I don't like this map is because I like to cluster all of my good stuff, and if I can't do that, I want to have a decent amount of good stuff, and then banana farm up until I can get the rest of the good stuff. But if I can't do that very well, like on this map, where it splits, and I can't really cluster all that well except for on 2 points of the map, then I'm a little bit boned. But to be honest, this is a pretty good setup in terms of towers that I've chosen, because you can't have you can't play subs and boats because it's Magic Monkey only. So it's not the worst setup I've got, but it's definitely quite tense setting up at the end of the map. But we do have quite a lot of time to get things right, and there's not a lot of things that are blocking our path of vision, like there were on the temple map and whatever the one before it was called. What was it? Hedge. So I think we'll do alright here. We just have to play a bit more carefully, because Ninja does now have to watch 2 directions. Admittedly, it's the same amount of balloons, so it should be fine, but it does have to throw in some 180s. And sadly, it's a lot more difficult than just looking cool. Okay, sharper boys. Very lovely. Should be good to go. Right, so I'm thinking, like usually I don't cluster all my magic monkeys together, but maybe, just in this circumstance, I put a ninja with the Archmage and Oban all kind of clustered together, even with the Alchemist in the... or probably not with the Alchemist in the mix actually, if I can help it. I probably can't though. But anyway, I'm just thinking of clustering them all together so that they all get the +5 range and +1 pierce, which would be very nice. Ooh, maybe even Caltrops would make up for the small amount of DPS lost from the 180s. But, I might just do it, along with the acid on the track, with the with the alchemy boy. All right. So let's get Oben up in here. Get him around there. And then we can put our Dark Magician around here, potentially, for, oh, maybe we'll put Dark Magician here, actually. Massive range. I'm just trying to think of where it would be best. Because I hate splitting up my defense. Splitting up my defense means it's weaker on both sides. Admittedly, it only has to handle half the wave, but still. It's very difficult to divide your money up like that. That's why nobody likes half cash mode. Oh. Now, admittedly, what would be great for this map are things that have infinite range, like snipers and helis and aces and mortars. They would be lovely. Hell, even if you put a pontoon out here and put a spike factory down, aiming it at the back here, that'd be nice. Nevertheless, though, we can handle without. Ooh, and that'll also be a problem. Oben will only be able to protect one track most of the time, unless he puts it over here. But we should be fine. We'll figure out how to get through this. I forgot to unmute myself, didn't I? Man, I'm an idiot. Okay, so the strategy is pretty straightforward, to be honest. Definitely make sure that you place the Sun God before the Archmage. And overall you'll have a happier time versing 63. And beyond, if I'm honest. Ooh, a little bit tense there, but we got it. Okay, so now we're just waiting on being able to afford the Archmage before round 90. That's all we need to worry about. Alright, actually 78's a good test to see whether our shimmers work or not. Because Dark Magician can't handle the camo ceramics alone. And none of them can handle purple balloons alone. But we get to see if Shimmer clears them all. It does, very nicely. In fact, if we didn't have those shimmers up, we would have been dead then. Because Sun Avatar is carrying it back. Alright, very close, and boom! Archmage. Very lovely indeed. Now, we will give him some buffs, because why not? Everybody needs them. If we can help it, everybody will get them. Okay, and then just waiting on round 90. Round 90 is the bane of our existence, potentially. But if we do put a ninja here, and we go bottom path especially, we might be able to get some bombs attached to one of these DDTs, which would be nice. Maybe even two. Now, I'm not talking about these flash bombs, but you'll see. Sticky bombs. 4,000, or pretty much $5,000 is very handy to have in case of emergencies mainly, but I'd consider potentially losing on the very last round of a map. Quite an emergency. Just in case. To be honest, our defense is probably good enough to handle 3 DDTs, but just in case it's not. And for some reason, just in case the tentacles in the back here don't grab them. Just want to make sure. Just a little added extra security. Okay, and then once we get the sticky bombs, we'll try and get another one before 90. I doubt we will though. Okay, there's one. So essentially the sticky bombs get thrown at Moabs and pop them fairly quickly. There it is, it sticks to him, holds on, and then it explodes a few seconds later. So that's what we're hoping to do to these DDTs, if we can. Ooh, I don't know if we'll be able to afford it. Depends how much this round makes us. It's probably not going to be enough, but that's alright. Because I think our defense is pretty strong as is. We're doing alright. Oh yeah, that's definitely the end of the wave, isn't it? Alright. Moment of truth. Worst comes to worst. This guy should be able to tank everything. Okay. Nah, never mind. We don't need it. Archmage for the win. Easy. Alright, and that, ladies and gentlemen, although it was a long video, that is how you complete this week's Odyssey. And you will get your lovely $200, a 320 Wizard Monkey, maybe. I don't know if that's random or not. And 50 trophies. Bang, bang, bang. Also, just quick note, I've mentioned it at the start of the video, but you no longer get trophies for doing the other difficulties, and you will not get any of these stars either, for some reason. But, yes, that's the end, and this is the shop, where you can purchase and use your trophies for something. I don't know what you'd want to use it for. I used it for decorations, pinata, pizza, pufferfish, shark, and watermelon. I don't want to get either of these because that'll overwrite the other one, but confetti pop FX, maybe? It happens, I think, automatically if you get the pinata BAD, and the googly eyes are quite funny, but I do think I need to annoy some of my friends, so I will be doing this. Or will I? Actually, you know what? They could literally just turn their sound off and that would be completely negated, so I might get one of these. Interesting. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Yes. Yes. Ooh, 8-bit. I like it. Ooh. I gotta say it's nice, but what's this one? Okay, I'm grooving. Come on, you gotta let me listen to something that'll make me want to buy it immediately. Okay, there better be a beat drop. I know it's a remix of the main theme, but still. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Gimme that. Alright. We actually have some pretty goated. Get this trash out of here. Bang, bang. What's this one? Wait, can I not? Oh, I have to. Anyway, this is important. This is for next time. But, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Odyssey. I know it's a long video, but I'll try and break it up into segments and cut out as much as I can to make it a bit shorter and more digestible. So, thank you so much for watching. That's how you beat the Odyssey. No monkey knowledge enabled, as promised. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.